Hello students, let us start with the part 4 of chapter 5, Origin and Evolution of Life. Today we will discuss about organic evolution. The word evolution, it is derived from a Latin word which means from and volvere, to roll, means the act of unrolling or unfolding of nature. It brings about orderly changes from one form to other. These changes they result in the descendants becoming different from the ancestors, that is, the offsprings are different from their parents. Organic evolution can be defined as it is a slow, gradual, continuous, irreversible change through which the present day complex forms of the life developed or evolved from their pre existing simple forms. So it's a slow process, gradual process, continuous and irreversible changes through which present day complex organisms are formed from their pre existing simpler forms. According to Charles Darwin, evolution is descent with modification. You have already studied Lamarck's theory in 10th standard. Just a brief revision. It was a theory of use and disuse of organs. According to this theory, traits are acquired due to internal force, changes in environment, new needs or wants, use and disuse of organs, and after several generations, it give rise to the new species. This was Lamarck's theory. But theory of germplasm proposed by Auguste Weismann disapproved the Lamarck's theory. Auguste Weismann he cut the tails of many rats for several generations, but he could not find any change in the size of the tail of the rats even after 21 generations. So he concluded that variation produced in the somatic cells are not inherited, but the variation produced in the germ cells, germplasm, are inherited to the next generation, and he proposed the theory of germplasm. I hope you got it now. Now let us see the work of Charles Darwin. He proposed the theory of origin of species by natural selection. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist. He traveled extensively throughout the world. From 27 December 1831 to October 1836 on his famous ship HMS Beagle, and then he returned back to England. He explored South America, the Galapagos, and few other islands. Based on all his information, collection of all his living and fossil material, he published a book called as Origin of Species by Natural Selection. Let us see what is Darwinism. It is based on five main postulates: prodigality, overproduction, struggle for existence, organic variations, natural selection, that is survival of fittest, and speciation or origin of new species. Let us see one by one each of them in detail. First, prodigality or overproduction. It is a natural tendency of plants or animals to produce more number of progeny, sometimes even in geometric ratio, for perpetuation, continuation of the species. Example, salmon fish produces 28 lakh eggs in a single season. Oysters can lay 114 million eggs in a single spawn. If all the eggs hatch out, if all the young ones reproduce for even 5 generations, there would be more oysters than the estimated number of electrons in the physical universe of the earth. Can you imagine the number? In a span of 750 years, single pair of elephants would produce 19 million elephants. One pair can produce, because one pair in one life they produce give rise to 6 elephants, and such single pair at the end of 750 years, if each elephant survives, they can produce 19 million elephants. However, the size of a given species in a given area remains constant. It doesn't increase so much, it remains constant. Why? Because of fluctuations that are occurring, because there is struggle. Let us talk about the second point that Darwin discussed: struggle for existence. The tendency of overproduction or prodigality, it leads to struggle for existence between the members of the population. For what? Struggle for limited supply of food, overcome the adverse environmental condition, struggle might be for space or to escape from the enemies, etc. So there are two types of struggle: intraspecific struggle and interspecific struggle. So let us see Intraspecific struggle is a struggle which takes place between the members of the same species. In the picture, you can see two wolves or hyenas, they are fighting for the meat. They are belonging to the same species. Whereas in the second picture, as you can see, the hyenas and the vultures, different species organisms, are competing for the food. So, intra and interspecific struggle. There is one more type of struggle, that is environmental struggle. It takes place between the organisms and adverse environmental factors like heat, like cold, drought, floods, earthquakes, etc. Third factor, which Darwin said, was organic variation. The variations are what? They are differences between individuals of the same species or in different species. Differences may occur in morphology, physiology, nutrition, habitat, behavioral patterns, etc. Darwin recognized that these variations are raw material for evolution. Variations can be useful or harmful or neutral. According to Darwin, useful variations are passed to the offsprings. Very important point. Useful variations will be passing to the offsprings. Darwin used the concept of favorable and unfavorable variations. Next point was natural selection or survival of fittest. Organic variations can serve as an evidence that some organisms are better adapted to survive under existing environmental conditions than the others. Nature selects the organisms which are having the favorable variations, and these are called as the fittest to survive. Whereas unfavorable variations, the organisms with unfavorable variations, they perish, they do not survive. Thus, this theory is about survival of the fittest. Darwin stated that natural selection, it is an automatic process, it is a self-going process, and it keeps a check on the population by causing favorable or unfavorable variations. Only favorable will survive, and this leads to speciation or origin of species. As a result of struggle for existence, variations, natural selection, organisms are better adapted to the environment. The favorable characters are passed to next generation. Variations are so prominent that the individual turns into a new species, and this is called as speciation. So this is all about the theory of organic evolution, Darwin's theory. What are the drawbacks of Darwinism? It failed to explain inheritance of vestigial organs. He failed to explain over-specialized characters as the tusk in the elephant or the antlers in the deers, presence of neutral flowers, or sterility of hybrids. Why are the sterile hybrids still living, or why do they occur? Basically, he failed to explain arrival of the fittest. He just discussed about survival of fittest. So students, I hope you have understood this theory. In the next video, we will study about mutation theory. Thank you.